point about the Browns schedule, the Ravens game is going to be delicious as a Monday nighter. And then, the Giants are back, are in it. And obviously, even at 5-7, they lead the division. So that's meaningful. The Jets, you would think is going to be an easy game, but they have been giving some teams a game of it lately, including the Raiders. They should have won the game. Of course, Greg Williams fired after that. So who knows what you'll get there. And then the Pittsburgh game might actually mean something if the division is on the line. So it sets up to be a really fun final 4 games of the season.
Do you think that the Ravens and the Steelers, that their players have any added respect for the Browns over the last month or so, or do you think until they show them they can beat those teams that they'll lack in that respect?
I think it's the latter, Les. I think if you put the Ravens and the Steelers on truth serum, privately they would say we don't respect these guys until they beat us. And I know the Ravens have been beaten by the Browns recently, and the Steelers got beat by the Browns last year when Mason Rudolph was quarterback. But my point is, when Lamar Jackson is full go and their offense is full go, I don't think they think the Browns can beat them, especially with the Ravens defense. And when Roethlisberger is healthy and the Steelers have weapons, I don't think the Steelers think the Browns can beat them. But you know what? That's okay. I mean, who cares? And the Browns do have to prove it. I totally understand that. What you'll probably get publicly, though, this week from the Ravens is, hey, the Browns have gotten our attention because they're 9-3, and this team looks on film different than the team we faced in week 1. But I don't think that they're going to necessarily say they respect the Browns until they beat them. Well,
they got a situation: if they don't win the game, they're not going to make the postseason. I would guess. Right. They have to win straight out. I mean, you don't know for sure, but it looks like they're going to have to run the table to make the postseason.
Yeah, and the Ravens' schedule is not that difficult. The rest of the way. And they're looking at the Browns game saying, well, okay, this is supposedly our toughest test for the remainder of the season. So they're eyeballing running the table after beating Dallas last night. And, Pittsburgh can look at their schedule and say, well, it's a little more difficult because they got to go to Buffalo. They also have to play the Colts in Pittsburgh, and they have to play the Browns. So the Steelers, on paper at least, have a much tougher schedule than the Ravens do to finish.
I don't think we've been paying